We begin today with our eyes on a New York City courthouse awaiting word from a New York federal judge as to whether he will entertain the Trump administration's request to release grand jury testimony in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Upping the ante, Trump modified his request to the Justice Department to now call for all grand jury testimony released rather than, as he put it earlier this week, just the, quote, pertinent testimony. Trump also acknowledged that this move to release the testimony may still not satisfy everybody. Nothing will be good enough, he wrote. Regardless of the judge's decision, legal experts say any testimony that could be released will likely just be focused on Epstein and his former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, not on other people who may have also been involved in their actions or have any connection to Trump. There still remain many questions about the relationship between Trump and Epstein, as demonstrated by the Wall Street Journal's recent reporting about the racy birthday message Trump is alleged to have written for Epstein. Not only has Trump denied writing the message, he is suing the prestigious newspaper over its publication. As to that relationship, a new article in the New York Times points out what seemed to draw them together, according to those who knew them at the time, was a common interest in hitting on and competing for attractive young women at parties, nightclubs, and other events. I was quoting from the New York Times piece. And as much as Trump has tried to deny his past with Epstein, we've seen the video of the two palling around, including at Mar-a-Lago, as seen here in 1992, gesturing toward women at a party. That very relationship would be something that could come up in any potential deposition if Trump's lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal moves forward. Joining us now, Daniel Coe, former Biden White House Deputy Cabinet Secretary and host of the People's Cabinet podcast, and Paul Butler, former federal prosecutor and MSNBC legal analyst. Dan, Paul, thank you both very much for coming to the weekend. Paul. Uh-oh. We went from the president telling the attorney general release the pertinent grand jury testimony to yesterday, while we were on the show, saying, no, release all the grand jury testimony. Why should we even believe this? We're not going to see this testimony, are we?
We're not. So why did he go from pertinent to all? Somebody must have told him he's not in the grand jury transcripts, which is probably correct because it was an investigation of Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell for sexual trafficking. So there's no reason that his name should come up there. We probably won't know because it's extremely unlikely that a court will allow these records to go public. Grand jury materials are secret. There's a lot of law around that. It's to protect the integrity of an investigation, to prevent witnesses from being intimidated, and also to safeguard their reputation, because a lot of people come before grand juries, they're subjects or witnesses, but they're not charged. Right. So you don't want them unfairly implicated. To show how high the bar is, I think we're all old enough to remember the Mueller investigation. So Robert Mueller used the grand jury. The Congress asked the court to release those transcripts. The court said no. The bar is it's got to be like a judicial proceeding or national security. Ultimately, because impeachment was a judicial proceeding, those grand jury materials were released. But this doesn't meet that bar because it's a political issue for Trump. That's not a persuasive reason for a court.
And I just want to follow up because you talk about, the witnesses being in the grand jury testimony. We're talking about the victims, potential victims of Epstein in that case, right?
Yes, we're talking about people who were victims of sexual trafficking, in many cases, very young women and girls.
Dan, you have been in the White House. You know how these kinds of things take over a White House. But one thing that and how people think about these in the White House, one thing that I can't get over is that, that we have this New York Times story that comes out last night that looks at the relationship between the two men. And that's because it would appear Donald Trump keeps making it a big deal, right? It seems like he's making this worse and worse for himself over and over again.
It's interesting. I don't know how much Donald Trump is a student of history, but during the Civil War, there were a lot of political leaders who talked about starting a war with Europe to try to unite the country. And in many ways, in this case, it's his own base that he's trying to stay together, right? And so now he's creating a common foe in the Wall Street Journal. Let's keep in mind, Rupert Murdoch started to flirt with Ron DeSantis and others during the election. So I think this is an attempt to him to try to save face. But as many have pointed out, this is putting him into a very precarious situation, Donald Trump, because he may be forced to testify. There will be an entire deposition and an entire discovery in this process that will cause more to come out on his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Another thing is, Trump is kind of saying, don't believe what you're reading in the press. Look at what your eyes tell you. Look at the footage. Look at this history, 15-year friendship that these guys have. Do you really think that the Donald Trump that's the reality here is the one that he's trying to espouse, that he never had a relationship, or the videos that you're seeing and the more and more that continue to come out?
Paul, the potential of discovery and deposition of the President of the United States. We are in uncharted territory. Presidents have been sued, and they had the cloak of the executive, like, I'm too busy, I'm running the country and the world, I can't possibly go before a court. But this is the first time we have seen a sitting president sue anybody. So what do you think the potential is? This trial, this case will actually go to trial, and the potential of the president actually participating in discovery and a deposition.
It's not going to go to trial based on the law, and also no legitimate lawyer would ever allow Donald Trump to go under oath and have to answer questions, including about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Especially.
Yes, again, he's already lied about that. He said that he had never been on the plane. When the plane records were released, he'd been on that plane 7 times. So he certainly doesn't want to have to answer those questions under oath. It's extremely unlikely he will be required to. Donald Trump famously sues the media, and recently CBS and ABC, they caved, they settled. So that matter wasn't adjudicated by a jury or a judge. When it is, he loses all the time. The Mueller report, that investigation, he didn't like what CNN said about it. He didn't like what the New York Times said about it. He didn't like what the Washington Post said about it, sued all three. All 3 of those cases were thrown out of court. And so just like the request for grand jury material seems performative, this suing the Wall Street Journal, that's also a big show. It's much ado about nothing.
And suing and looking at the lawsuits, we have some headlines from some of his recent lawsuits over the years. This is from NPR. A federal judge dismissed his defamation case against CNN over the big lie. He was ordered to pay the New York Times 3 reporters nearly $400,000 in legal costs over a dismissed lawsuit. Judge dismisses his defamation lawsuit against E. Jean Carroll for statements she made on CNN, dismisses Trump's lawsuit seeking to stop the New York civil probe, withdraws orangutan lawsuit against comic Bill Maher. Trump and lawyer ordered to pay $1 million for bringing frivolous lawsuit against Hillary Clinton. We've seen this over and over, Dan, like Paul was saying. And just like Paul was saying, we've also seen ABC and CBS not want to take it to trial. And so it feels like, to me, when I talk to folks in the White House, Trump feels like the world has changed a little bit, and that these media corporations do want to make these things go away a little bit easier nowadays, and are willing to pay not the $10 billion that he's asking for, but maybe a little something.
I think whether it be in the area of the media, whether it's in university and higher education, I think he's trying to make examples that set the bar, that he says, look, I got these people to do it, and you better do it, or you're going to end up like these people. Look, Rupert Murdoch, we all know him and the empire that he's built. They would not have run this story had this been ironclad, right? And so we actually have seen, as mentioned in the show, other cases of Michael Wolff as an example of that was thrown out, right? So I think the Wall Street Journal is going to dig in here. And again, it's not necessarily about winning or losing. It's right now trying to consolidate his base, because keep in mind, his base was the one who originated this whole thing about the Epstein list, right? And the very strong support base on the poll, when you look at the polling numbers, is what he's trying to keep strong. And historically, that has always stayed with him, right? Yeah. But this is that group wanting to see justice for these victims, and Trump is trying desperately to hold it together and not make him seem like he's the one dividing people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Paul, this lawsuit's not going to help him. And I would pick up on what you were talking about earlier about the deposition and how his lawyers will never allow him to do that again, because we've seen what has happened when he sits for a deposition. And it's in the E. Jean Carroll rape allegation lawsuit. He undercut his own defense at the NBC and has the headline, you see them there, Trump mistook photo of E. Jean Carroll for ex-wife during deposition and rape allegation lawsuit. ABC has the same story. And we saw at the time the video from the deposition where he's like, oh, that's Marla. And they're like, oh, wait, who is that? That's Marla. No, that's E. Jean Carroll.
And that was after he said E. Jean Carroll is not his type.
Right, not his type.
Yeah, and so he would have to answer all kinds of questions about, well, how did you come to be convicted or not, or found civilly liable for sexual assault? In that case, he'd have to answer everything under oath. And the real question is, why is he going nuclear about this particular article? It doesn't really tell us anything we didn't already know. We know Donald Trump is bawdy. We know that he had a 15-year relationship with Epstein. They had a big breakup. We're not quite sure why that happened. But the Access Hollywood tape, that was much more kind of revealing and destructive. So what is it about this particular letter that's causing him so much pain? Again, I think it's a big distraction.
He knows the cracks are coming. He knows his base is cracked and he needs to unify. That's why.